Well, after bottling out and going out last week in the ridiculous heat, couldn't take it anymore, had to come out this week. Well, the temperatures are very much the same. The air pressure is still up in the 10, 27s, 28, something like that. Not really good conditions, but had to get out and try it. Got here about midday. Found some spots. There's plenty of activity with the fish all mooching around on the surface. I found a bit of clear gravel spaces, put a bit of bait out, got the rods out, put the camp up and just lied down because I couldn't take the temperatures anymore. But the sun has now gone off the bivvy, it's cooling off, the breeze is picking up a bit, which is nice. Not sure what the chances are of catching, but some fish did come out of it this water last week. Forgot to mention that this is my first trip to Unity. Fingers are crossed, and if all else fails, we can fall asleep listening to the World Cup on the radio. Anyway, if anything exciting happens, I'll be straight back to you. Well, that's the first night completed. It was relatively quiet. I had a couple of liners on the rods on the baited spot, and quite a bit of interference on the near side. How fortuitous was that? Excellent. We're away. There I was, just about to tell you how slow the night had been, and off this one belted. Rather pretty little 14 pounder. Excellent. How cool is that? First one from Unity. Let's get her back. There I was, about to tell you about the night, and got a run on the middle rod, and so that was the first fish. Nothing in the night, a couple of liners from the two rods over the baited spot, and just interference from crayfish who seem to have developed a taste for tiger nuts on the near side margin. So the near side margin is now the far side margin up against a reed bed with a pop up on it. Had a quick look around first thing this morning. I haven't seen anything of any significance anywhere else. There were a few fish mooching around just below the surface, and one stuck its head out, but it hasn't developed into anything up until that point. So I'm going to put a little bit more bait in, stick around for another few hours, and then reassess the situation. But good to get the first fish out of Unity. That was unexpected. Should kite the other way. It's not always kiting into the bank here. Yak. You always come right into the bank. Run it down, get in the water. Well, I didn't exactly get in the water overly elegantly, but we've done the job. Can we get out equally unelegantly? Here's a free one for tracker in this ridiculous heat. Inside the bivvy is incredible temperatures, so I'm sitting outside underneath the trees in a bit of windy shade. Or if this skull cap was reversible with a nice silver lining to reflect the heat back off it, you can have that one, tracker. Oh, half time. Switzerland Swede just tying up the zig because they're moving around on the surface again, and the birds are buggered off this time. And the middle rod's shot off. And I do wish they would stop kiting into the bank. Oh, I'm going to have to get in again. I come right underneath that bloody bush. Hey, nice. Right, get out with a bit of elegance, Jennings, this time. Well done, son. Well, at least it's kicking the right way this time. Don't think we got the start of that. It was dragging it out of those reed beds on the front. They just shot off straight in the reed, but now we've got banks of weed. Plenty of weed out there. They're not big, but they go like stink, eh? Happy days. Let's get rid of those. My first Unity 20. And he hasn't stopped finished fighting yet. He went straight into the reeds on the far bank. Took a real tussle to get him back out. I didn't have to take the water this time because when he came out of the reeds, he kited off to the right, bless him, or her. £20, 2 ounces, just got there. What a thrill. And we've still got England to beat Colombia. Here you go. And just as I got her back in the water in the wasteling, the left hand, no, right hand rod went off, and managed to pull the hook out in the weed, sadly. But there we are. Let's get her back. Whoa, 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 whoa. England game with a nice Chinese. You can't beat it. They've got a pretty solid core because well, after the madness of that penalty shootout, we could do with a bit of calmness. He's not happy. He's still fighting. How about that? £25, 6 ounces. At 1 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely thrilled with that one. What a peach. Thrilled to bits with that one. Absolutely thrilled to bits. Right, let's get her back. Well, it's early on the second morning, the sun's just getting over the tree line, and we had a good night. Had a nice 25 pounder, and we've been plagued with ducks. I didn't think ducks could dive down to 7 feet, but these lot are. And as soon as you put a bit of bait in, they're all over it like a rash, to the point where the coots are actually chasing them off to 50, 60 yards away. Coots are going back to do their normal diving, and the ducks are coming back, and they just will not go away till they fed them. And they've caused absolute carnage this morning. They've had 3 rods completely trashed, tied in knots and deposited in the weed. How on earth they've done that, I've got no idea, but we sorted it all out. I'm not putting any bait in for a bit, let it calm down again, and fingers crossed they'll turn up again like they did yesterday morning. It's 11:30 on a ridiculously hot morning, and I'm busy putting on the Factor 4000 off with the right hand rod, and I'm not trying to play it with hands covered in grease, which is probably just as well the cameras weren't running because at times it was farcical. But look at that. 26.10. Felt a bit. Get her back. It's too warm out here for me, never mind her. Well, it's been absolutely steaming hot this afternoon. Temperature in the bivvy was crazy, around head height. I've been sitting in the trees in the shade, trying to keep a bit of cool. But I've got to be honest, after that 26, I fished on for about an hour or so, and then I brought the rods in to give it a break, put a bit of bait out, rested the thing, and rested myself really. But the big southerlies turned up. Completely clouded over, a little bit of rain in the air. The bay here is absolutely chock-a-block full of fish just cruising around, and hopefully they'll get their heads down later, and maybe the last night will be a good one. We'll see. Didn't do that much in the water. We're kicking and fussing. £19.5. 1 o'clock in the morning. Happy days. Pretty little fish. Let's get her back now, she's calmed down a bit. Well, that's this session drawing to a close. Not sure when I'm going to be out again. I've got medical people doing what medical people do next couple of weeks, and then a bit of family time. But thanks for watching, and hope we meet again soon sometime. In the meantime, cheers for now. Well, the last time we spoke, I didn't know when I was going to be back out again because of medical people. Well, for the first time in 18 months, the scan man, who usually works on a Wednesday, which completely screws your week up, has decided to work on a Friday. So I had a few spare days, so beloved said, if the body's up to it, go for it. So I thought the bobbin was moved. So I've gone for it. So I've gone up to the Birch syndicate just for a couple of nights. I want to be back on Wednesday for the England game. I'm not watching that one on the phone again. Could be history in the making, so I'm going to be there live. Anyway, as soon as anything exciting happens, we'll be back. It's steaming hot. Absolutely ridiculously hot, but it worked last week, so it should work again this week, although it's different water. Anyway, the bait's in, the rigs are out, and we're positive. Look at that. That's $31.15. What a cracking start of the night. Absolutely delighted with that one. Behaving herself. Whoa, steady, girl. Steady. How about that? 'Couldn't ask for a better start to the session. 11:30 at night. Big wind came up, nice and warm, perfect conditions, perfect fish. Thank you very much. Let's get her back, eh? Oh. There you go. £3 in the morning, £25, 8 ounces. Great, and I'm getting eaten to death by midges in these lights, but what the hell? You just gotta love it, haven't you? Calm yourself a minute. Excellent. Let's get her back. Oh. What was that? 5 in the morning, 26:10. Some beautiful scaly fish in here. Most impressive. Well, this one's got a couple of sores on it. Either way, well happy. Corker, isn't it? Absolute corker. Give her antiseptic on those bumps, I think. Oh. Well, what a night that turned out to be. Started off with a 31. Hour and a half later, a 25. And just as it was getting light this morning, 26. Well worth coming down for, that was. And about half an hour ago, had a mid to low double. Come out of there, you. There's been a few smaller fish topping out over the area, so I put in some boilies with the stick. They were leftover defrosted live system from last week, which I was air drying. So just to pimp them up a little bit, mixed them in with some hot water, some amino 365, some response cream, and a bit of roast tiger nut extract. And if you use hot water, in fact quite hot water, it does it quite quickly. If under normal circumstances I just use cold water, but because it was going to be lastminute.com, use hot water, and it does the job really well. So the baits are quite soft, but you can still put them out with a stick. Mind you, I'm only going sort of 45-50 yards max anyway. But it seems to be working. It seems to be working a treat actually. They really seem to be enjoying it. So here we've got a stupid goose swimming straight into the end of the rods. I always realised. So we'll stick around for a bit longer and see if we can replicate it tonight, which would be really good, if not greedy. But hey ho, you've got to pounce what is going's good, haven't you? Anyway, I'll get back to you when it happens. Well, that took a lot of line. It's pulling really hard. Didn't look particularly big when it hit the surface, but it's pulling well. It is pulling well. Come out of there. Come up. Damn it. Trying to keep it moving through those pads is not easy. Straight out of one side like a rocket into the other side. Oh, say no more. It's foul looked. Same time as last night, but not quite as big. Scraper 20, all the same. Excellent. Attacked by giant moths here. Fantastic, I don't think. Can't cope with these lights. Get off here! Let's get this thing back before I get eaten. Here you go. Well, that short session was well worth me dragging my bones out here. Had some fantastic fish. Now I'm slowly packing away, let the motorway clear of its early traffic. I'm off home that all-important semi-final. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the bank again soon. Cheers for now.